Brandon Rhymes.
And yes, welcome to the Consumer Quarterback Show. It's another great day here in Tampa Bay in the Gulf Coast region of Florida, always helping you become a more informed consumer, helping you win in any marketplace. We do that by interviewing all of the best expert contributors, attorneys, CPAs, financial advisors, all types of great business owners, account executives here in the Tampa Bay area. And we talk about supporting the local economy by supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show. These are all great companies that we vetted. They're awesome, and we love to work with them. We've got Alex Lima in studio as well. We're going to talk with Alex about self-defense and also current events, things happening out there, not only from a geopolitical aspect, but also locally in different aspects of the climate, the business climate, and self-defense, how that's going to play into your daily life. Jennie Restrepo is back in studio as well, Insured Title Agency. We're going to continue our true crime series. She's got some interesting stories of attempted frauds and fraud that's happening in the real estate market, and also another scam that I'm going to mention here as well, a phone scam that's you've got to hear about this. You've got to be cognizant, and you've got to set up a family safe word is the key for that one. So as you know, I'm the owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Also, Livy and Coastal Elite is our new brand as well. And we like to help our sellers sell faster for more money. And we've got a co-listing here. This is an exciting new listing for us. It's a $13 million listing from the Meraki team in Orlando, as well as the Platinum MVP team. We're partnering up on this one. Pebble Creek Court. This is in Orlando, in Claremont, in the Orlando area. This is a $13 million listing of ours. It's 100 acres. You've got about 43 acres that are developed, land that can be developed. It's a great opportunity to build residential properties in a beautiful resort-style community. Pebble Creek Court, it's Four Corners, Florida as well. Orange and Osceola counties, prime development land. It's an excellent location for a short-term rental community, and you're about 10 to 15 minutes from Disney World, Universal Studios, SeaWorld, downtown, and more. So it's a great development opportunity. Attention builders, developers, entrepreneurs, great opportunity. Email me at brimes@kw.com. Real simple contact there, brimes@kw.com. You can also visit consumerqb.com to see more of our contact info, as well as our links to previous shows, previous episodes, and all of our expert contributors, over 50 different show partners and contributors located there at consumerqb.com. All right, we got another hot listing at 3058 Mildred Drive in Palm Harbor. This is a beautiful property. It's on the canal with lake access to the largest lake in all of Tampa Bay. This is a 1380 square foot home, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, on a spacious corner lot. No HOA, so you can park your boats in the yard, your RVs, and it's an open concept kitchen with granite countertops, wood accent walls, screened in patio with pool. You got a backyard dock on the canal leading out to Lake Tarpon. Lake Tarpon is a 2,500 acre lake, the largest lake in all of Tampa Bay, and one of the largest in all of Central Florida as well. 3058 Mildred Drive in Palm Harbor. Live the Florida lifestyle to the fullest. Beautiful opportunity. You can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Yeah, I'm raising my glass to those saving our ass overseas.
All right, getting a quick shout out as well to InnovativeSolarFL.com. Innovative Solar is a longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, and solar is a hot deal right now. You can access it to your roof. There's other ways to put it on your properties, commercial, residential. We highly recommend InnovativeSolarFL.com. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. All right, Jennie Restrepo, good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me again.
Yes, my pleasure. And you always have some great content when you come. And what do you got for us today?
Well, regrettably, I always have some new crime or fraud that's happening to let your listeners know about, but I'm just grateful to have this platform to let your listeners know about these things because they are still happening. In fact, I was at the office today, so I might as well announce here I am also a notary, so we do our mobile closings.
Cool.
And we had a seller today. She was disabled. It's not easy for her to get around, and I said, don't have her come to one of our offices. I'll just come to her home. We
Beautiful.
signed on the kitchen table, on the kitchen counter, and she was just so grateful for that, and she needed everything to be as affordable as possible, so there was no additional charge for that. So no mobile notary fee.
That's awesome.
Because it was me coming in doing the signing. So it was my first one.
Awesome.
Everything went well. And in that situation, I wanted to make sure that all the wet docs were back at the office today, because if she can get paid today, that would be amazing for her. So I drove all the way from the east side to the west side today, to our main office in West Chase. And I have to say the traffic is not my favorite thing right now.
Yeah.
But while I was there at the office dropping off the paperwork, I hear everybody's talking. One of our buyers got fake wiring instructions and wired $57,000 to this wrong banking institution.
Wow.
And so number one thing, we will not email you wiring instructions. Not doing it. We are no longer emailing wiring instructions because emails are just too easy to spoof and too easy to break into. So the wiring instructions provided don't even look like our correct wiring instructions. So number one, we're not emailing you wiring instructions. Number two, unfortunately, this buyer did not call us ahead of time just to read us back the number and confirm, which is what we tell you to do on the wiring instructions, on our email signatures and everything. But luckily, she did call fast enough that her bank was able to reverse the wire, and we contacted the destination financial institution and let them know your bank potentially is being used by this person representing himself as our company, which is wrong.
Yeah.
So two sides to that. But the other thing is, it was destination name and the name of our company. We are a company. No one's personal names are on the company name on our banking on our bank account. So if you see that, no. So the biggest thing with wiring fraud is always call before sending any wire, initiating any wire. Call the phone number, which is the phone number that you have been using for this entire transaction.
Right.
Don't call a phone number in an email. Don't call the phone number in an email signature. Honestly, Google us. Go to Insured Title Agency in Google. Call from that number. That is our correct number. That is our main office number. Ask to speak with the person who you've been speaking with and dealing with this entire time.
Right.
And then confirm those wiring instructions. Because clearly, if you call us before you do anything and it's wrong, we will tell you, no, that's wrong.
How do you deliver the wiring instructions if you don't email them?
Right now, we have been sending them via text, and we're looking into more secure solutions that will keep it like within a secured portal for these types of sensitive conversations. But we have firewalls, and we have an IT company, and we have a level of security on our emails, but we're sending emails out to AOL addresses, Gmails, all kinds of things. And so if the fraudsters are able to somehow monitor those email messages, they're seeing what our email signatures look like. They're finding out the names of the people who truly do work for our company, and they're making it look pretty good. But here's the thing. Pay attention to the details.
Yep.
Most of the time, the language, the wording is not correct because these are not people who are native English speakers.
Right.
So if it, and the tone, obviously emails are just words that you're reading to yourself, but if the tone of the email seems different from every other communication that you've received from us, like the font was different, lots of things were all capital letters, we don't communicate like that. So, and a lot of times in an email chain, you can get the idea like, wait, this person has not communicated with me like this before.
Right.
Just the way that they frame the words, the font that they're using in their email. If all of a sudden it changes, call us. We would rather every person call every single time that they're not sure about something and confirm, than potentially lose their $57,000 that they're using as their cash to close.
Yeah, you got to look at it from a red flag standpoint.
Completely.
You know, if it's something changes and they're asking, and if you can kind of sniff it out, normally then you can kind of get a sense that, hey, this is off a little bit. Why don't I just call the person that I've been speaking with the whole time?
Absolutely.
That's the idea. We're talking with Jennie Restrepo here, Insured Title Agency here in Tampa Bay, well-respected, highly respected title company here in Tampa Bay, longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show. What else do we need to know? Why do we need a title company? What's the purpose of title companies? What else? What are some of the misnomers that you get on a daily basis?
So we seem like we're the most boring part of the transaction because we're just doing all the paperwork. Like, oh, I can do paperwork. I'm good at paperwork. And it's like, well, no. And I made this analogy yesterday is I'm well aware of what a doctor does. and I can go on WebMD and Google University to teach myself about certain things, but that doesn't make me a doctor. So just because you know what a title company is and generally what a title company does, don't try to do our jobs because you can't possibly be an expert in it. Same as a real estate agent. People ask all the time, well, why should I use a real estate agent? Because this is what a real estate agent does. This is the experience that the real estate agent has. And I was talking to the president of Greater Tampa Realtors yesterday, and he said, no two of my transactions have ever been the same. And I said, and that's why people should be using real estate agents who are seasoned and experienced, because that is completely true. It's always different. And so same with title. We've seen all kinds of wild things, and I have seen firsthand heartbreaking stories of people that tried to do their own quitclaim deeds, and they just Googled something, downloaded it, wrote it out, and the smallest typo or mistake could mean that you don't really own this house that you've been living in for 30 years.
Yeah.
And so those are the types of things. What the title company does is not only do we do all the paperwork and have you sign on the dotted line on day of closing, we ensure that everything that the person you're dealing with is the rightful seller. We've had so much seller fraud right now. People representing themselves as rightful sellers, trying to list with agents like Brandon. He had one.
Yep.
We've had other Keller Williams agents. Same thing. So these are not agents that are inexperienced or small brokerages that they're preying upon. They're going after everybody and trying to see whatever is going to stick. But
especially vacant land.
Vacant land. And so we're making sure you buyer that's putting all of this money and making this investment and then either planning to live there, build your dream house there, we are ensuring that you are dealing with the correct and rightful seller, and that seller has all of the rights, that there's not somebody else on title, a spouse, if this person is deceased, has it gone through probate or was... So all of those things. Number one, we're making sure that you are dealing with the correct person who can actually sell you this property.
Yeah, because you can go through all these different parts of the transaction, inspections, and you can get all the way to the end, and then you still can't close because you didn't do a proper step.
Absolutely. And I've even heard of this, is people are listing properties on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
Don't buy something on Facebook Marketplace. You can see the listing and maybe go to an open house, but do not purchase something like a house or a piece of land on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, and don't mail money to a P.O. box either. That's one that we've seen in the past. You know, people will spoof a real estate listing. They'll make it look like a pretty good deal on a rental.
Yes.
And they'll say, to lock this in, you have to mail your cash or check or money order to a P.O. box.
Do not do that.
Then you're lost. It's done.
It's gone, especially if it's a cashier's check or something like that. It's gone. And no licensee would have you do that. So if it seems weird, it's because it is. And unfortunately, in this market, if it seems too good to be true as far as the deal, it is. And there's a benefit to everything being open and out in the public is because you have ease of access to information. But criminals are exploiting that ease of access and using that same information to commit these crimes and represent themselves wrongfully. So title company, number one, we make sure that you deal with the correct seller. Number two, we make sure that the property that you are buying doesn't come with a bunch of problems. Liens, code enforcement violations, overdue HOA dues, all of those things that you're not buying 17 acres of swampland that you think that you're going to put your new property on, and lo and behold, you can't build anything on this.
Yeah.
Yep. It's wasteland or swampland, or it's protected, or it's conservation, things like that. We're making sure that what you think you're going to do with this land or this home, you can do. So that's another super important thing, because especially if you're paying cash or you can purchase at auction, when you're doing that, you're taking on this property, you're now getting the title to the property, but you could be inheriting a bunch of issues and problems.
Yeah. And
so you don't want that either. Yeah. So we make sure that you're dealing with the right seller, that you have all the ducks in the row, that you are getting what you think you're getting. and then we make sure that it's properly executed.
Yeah, important part. It's an important part of the process. More with Jennie Restrepo here coming up on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're going to take a quick break here. And also, I want to ask you, Jennie, when we come back on the flip side here, you got condos. A lot of stuff going on in the condo market. And also insurance is a big part of the real estate transaction. More with Jennie Restrepo, Insured Title Agency here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Check us out online at Brandon Rhymes 1, at CQB Show, as well as Brandon Rhymes PA on Facebook. We'd love to connect, follow you back as well at Brandon Rhymes 1. And on YouTube, Brandon Rhymes Realty, over 2,000 videos on our YouTube channel. Check it out. We'll be right back. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for
cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here in studio with Jennie Restrepo from Insured Title Agency, Keller Williams Realty. Livian Coastal Elite is the new brand as well. Real excited about the growth around our company. And we always like to feature our listings. If you're selling a property, you got to ask yourself a couple of questions when it comes down to marketing. What is your agent doing outside of the normal, basic, traditional marketing that every other real estate agent does? What I'm talking about is MLS, Zillow, Realtor.com, all the basic marketing. And then you've got Facebook ads. You got some postcard mailers. Yeah, you can do circle prospecting. You might go door knocking. You can do open houses. There's a lot of things traditionally that you do, but no one's doing what we're doing with our listings. We're featuring them on our show, syndicating on 80 different outlets worldwide, Apple TV, Roku, syndication on Amazon Fire TV, Sony TV, as well as, of course, all of the social sites. So here's another hot listing that we've got here in Tampa Bay. 14 Baywood Drive in Palm Harbor. Another beautiful home. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous open floor plan. 2,913 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath. You got a completely remodeled 3-story home. Vaulted ceilings, beautiful fireplace. You got a great kitchen and a pool. And what I love about this community is at the end of the street, you've got a boat ramp with bay access. There's docks and a boat ramp with bay access, and you can park your boat in the yard if you wanted to. 14 Baywood Drive, Palm Harbor, Florida. Beautiful Pinellas County. One of our hot real estate listings here in Tampa Bay. All right, commercial property as well. We do commercial as well as vacant land. Also, 4404 Orient Road in Tampa. This is right down the road from the casino. And Orient Road is 6,000 plus square feet. It's a well-built office building. Got a metal roof. All 5 units are currently leased. And there's recent updates to the interior. Great tenants as well. Great investment opportunity. 4404 Orient Road in Tampa, Hillsborough County. And you can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. Or you can email me, brhymes@kw.com.
This is God's country.
All right, we got Jennie Restrepo in the house, and we're talking about these different misnomers around title insurance, reasons why people might need it. And there's a lot going on in the insurance world and also the condo world.
Yes.
What are you seeing on that side, Jennie?
So many things. I don't know if I have enough time to talk about all of that today, but obviously it gives me something I can talk about next time that I come. Condos, the biggest thing right now is if you own a condo in a building that was built 1992 or before, you need to go to your meetings, your association meetings. You need to look at the minutes. You need to find out what's going on because your association, your building is due for a 30-year building check. And that's going to be required. That was put into law. So if that hasn't happened yet, it's going to happen. It's going to cost money. You want to make sure that you have the money in your reserves to do the inspection. But then also, if any repairs come up, the state of Florida is giving you 1 year to make those repairs. And this is all in response to the Surfside condo building that collapsed in Miami, I believe last year, maybe a little bit longer than a year ago.
Yep.
And in that situation, that association knew that they needed to do repairs. It was visible to the naked eye. And because no one knew what to do, no one did anything. And then obviously there was a very tragic result to that. And the state is now stepping in and they don't want that to happen again. So if you own a condo, whether you live in it full time or not, go to your meetings, look at your minutes, log into your owner's portal, find out if this is happening. I know of some buildings that have been way ahead of it. They've already done it. It's done and in the can. Perfect. You're in good shape. But if you're already talking about having escrow shortages, reserve shortages because you need to put the roof on or paint the exterior, pay attention to that. Maybe call Brandon and see if you don't necessarily want to keep owning this condo. Because honestly, it's going to be a big thing. And if it's going to be a thing. So that's with condos. With insurance, lots of things are happening with property insurance. Everybody's talking about their rates going up. Number one, please know you can shop around. So if your current insurance carrier is telling you that your insurance is going up, please know that you can make a call. I'm sure there's an insurance show partner that you could speak with and get a new quote, get a new bid. That's definitely a thing. But a big thing I've heard that people are doing is you're putting on a new roof. Okay, great. Put on that new roof. Now you need to get a wind mitigation, which is offered by an inspection company, and it's a very affordable report that you can get done and pay for. You submit that to your insurance company, so you now get the credit on your rate of your brand new roof.
Yeah.
That's a very important step that somehow I think a lot of people miss out on, and you could be missing out on that credit, which will substantially reduce what your insurance premium could be.
Yeah.
And other things that you're doing in your home, if you have a security system, make sure that your insurance company knows that you have a security system, and there's a certain document that you need to submit along with that to show that you have a monitoring service. But if you're doing that, or if you have a Nest or a Ring or something like that, call your insurance carrier and make sure if they offer some sort of credit for those types of things that you're getting it.
Yeah, mine didn't. It was interesting. I was like, hey, we added cameras on all four corners. I mean, everywhere's video. Nope, there's no discount for that. So it's kind of interesting to see.
Maybe you need to call and get a new quote.
Those are some good tips there. So, yeah, condos, 1992, insurances. We want you reaching out to Jay Smith, A. Snoop Inspection, Dan and Melissa Minikheim, Pro Health Pest Control, as well as SEC Inspections for those. Jennie, how do you want people to find you and connect with you?
Connect with us on all the socials at Insured Title Agency with an I, Insured Title Agency. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Or just give us a call, 813-855-3585.
Repeat.
813-855-3585. All questions are welcome.
All right, good stuff, Jennie. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
All right, my pleasure. Coming back, Alex Lima, Black Belt Fitness and Martial Arts. We're going to talk self-defense. We're going to talk ESG and CEI. What do those mean, and how is it going to affect you in your life? We'll be right back here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Check us out online at consumerqb.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.